Should we forget is a question that I feel needs to be answered. But it needs to be answered in a way where there's proper dialogue between us as a people. We really need to ask ourselves this question. And there's those that say, you know what, we need to just put slavery behind us. We need to just forget about what happened. And there is those that say, no, we need to remember what happened. Because the old saying says, unless you know where you came from, you will not know where you're going. Which is a philosophy that I strongly believe in. And to all due respect to those that are preaching, we should just forget. And for those blacks that are saying that we need to put slavery behind us, please let me approach you with the ultimate respect. And let me tell you something, or tell it to you in a way where you can understand without anger, without being upset, because that's not the way I like to really do my dialogues. I like to talk to people and have them talk back to me, and then we come to a dialogue and we talk about it, then we debate the situation, and that way we can kind of sort of learn from each other, because we all can learn from each other no matter who we are. So this is the question I ask, and this is a question that we all should ask ourselves when we commit crimes, because slavery was a crime. It was a crime against humanity. It was a crime against humans or human beings. So therefore, it is considered a crime. In any court or world court, any other country would have been held accountable. The United Nations would have held any other country accountable for its crimes. But for some reason, the United States haven't been held for this crime. And that is what boggles me, because they ran in the Middle East, called bin Laden a monster, killed him, said that Saddam Hussein was doing dirt to his people, hung him. They have prosecuted everybody that has committed crimes against their own people. But America has been exempt for some reason. But let's get back to the if we should forget situation. So, black people, should we just forget slavery? Should we just forget every crime that has been committed against us? Well, let me use this philosophy. And this is for all black people. If you got in that car, drove down the street, robbed a bank, took the money, and then you got caught, then at your arraignment, you get ready to walk up to that judge. Do you think that judge is just going to forget? Because asking black people to forget slavery is like asking that judge to let that man go for committing that robbery. Or let's use another example. What if you got in a car and you decided you wanted to go kill some people you did not like? So you spotted them in a restaurant. You walked up to them with your gun. You killed all three of them. You waited until the cops came. Next thing you know, they locked you up. First day in court at your arraignment. You walk up to the judge and you ask him, please, just forget about it. I know I killed those people. I know I murdered them, but they deserved it. So, Judge, I think you should just let me go, and just forget about it. What do you think that judge is going to tell you? That judge is going to tell you there's no way in the world we're going to let you walk in that store, kill those 3 people, then come to court and ask for us to forgive you. There's no way in the world that we're just going to forget the 3 murders you just committed. There is no way we're going to do that. You are being charged with 3 counts of murder, and that's what you're being charged with. Now, sir, do you need an attorney? Because if you can't afford one, we will provide one for you. Oh, yes, this is knowledge. See, if we ask that, we can't receive it. How many black people on death row today that are petitioning the president for a pardon and has not been pardoned? They're asking the president, please, just forget my crimes. I'm a rehabilitated man. But they get denied. What's the difference of us saying, let's forget about slavery, than that man that's sitting in the death row asking the president, just forget about it. Just forget about my crimes and let me free. Let me go. We know that's not going to happen. And see, black people and those that are preaching this, we should just forget slavery. Do you understand why I can't forget slavery? Because when we commit crimes, they're not willing to forget it. When we do something wrong, they're not willing to forget it. Matter of fact, they put it all on TV for the world to see. Look how these black people are. They don't forget our transgressions or our trespasses. So I'm telling you, if they can't just forget about what we do, why should we forget about what they have done? It makes common sense. But I understand what you're trying to do, and I understand you're trying to get it out of the back of our heads, and you think that may be a stumbling block, that we remember slavery. But you got to understand that is the very thing that keeps us strong. That is the very essence that keeps us going. What you think have kept black people as strong as they are today? By remembering where they came from. Every great leader and every great person that walked this planet that was black was a man that was mindful of the past, was a man that understood his history. There's no way that you can make an impact without knowing your history. There's no way. So that's what I'm saying. If they're not willing to forget what we do, then why should we forget what they have done to us? If I commit a crime, they're not willing to say, let that go. They're not willing to walk into the prisons of America and rack those doors back and let every black person out and say, you know what? We're just going to forget about what you have done. We're just going to forget about every crime you ever committed. How about that? But that's not going to happen. But what I don't understand and what I just don't get is why do you feel that we should forget about their crime? Like, subscribe. One love.